Om Ashato Ma Sadgamaya Tamasho Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityor Ma Amritangamaya Abir Maidhi Rudro Yatte Dakshinang Mukham Te Namang Pahi Nityam Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness and ignorance to the light and illumination. Lead us from death to immortality, and evermore shine in our hearts with thy resplendent face. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. I am very honored to be here this evening with you all, the faculty members of this prestigious university, as also the students and the lovers of truth. The topic is stress management and meditation. I do not know how fit I am to speak on this very important topic, but we all know that we go through stress every day and we suffer, and that suffering sometimes takes a deep toll in our life. So there is no life where there is no stress. Life is life because it is a struggle, and struggle to manifest something which is bigger and higher, potent in us. We may be aware, we may not be aware that there is something greater, something vaster than our present body-mind complex, which we think that we are. And life gives an opportunity to face challenges. We need not have to ask for challenges, but challenge is a part of life. And when we start our childhood, we wanted to stand up, but gravitational pull always pushes us down. Therefore we crawl, but we raise our head and face that challenge and gradually start walking and falling and walking and falling. In the same way, in our journey into life, we are always facing some challenges. And these challenges, when it is manageable, then we think that it is okay. But sometimes these challenges become too much. And when we fail to cope up with that challenge, that troubles which we confront, then we get stressed out. And we cannot avoid that, because we are in the middle of the journey of life, and we are trying every day, unconsciously or consciously, unfolding the potential power, the divine power, the infinite energy which is lurking behind us. Not aware, not maybe always conscious, or nobody has told us, but we are doing that. A child is manifesting his or her strength in so many ways. School, going to school, learning higher lessons, we are trying to manifest our potential energy of knowing the thing, expressing our ideas through art, literature, language. And all the whole world is trying only to manifest which is hidden and unknown to us. And that is a journey, and there is the glory of human personalities. So when stress comes, we can take it as an opportunity. It is not that we have to ask for their stress or strength, but tension and stress. It comes in our life, and they are the greatest threats to peace of mind in the modern world. A child never gets stressed. Child maybe I don't know, but baby, no one hears that a baby is stressed out. I think there is a big science in that statement and observation. Baby never gets stressed out. When baby knows that there is mother, mommy is there, totally free. Mom knows what is the need of the baby, what to feed, what not to feed, what is the need, why she is crying or he is crying. So everything is taken care of somebody when the baby feels that, totally secure. In our life also the same thing. We feel sometimes in life's problem comes so strongly that we feel that there is nobody to take care of me. Nobody can help me. I cannot handle it myself, and there is nobody around me who can take care of it. So therefore, we lose our patience and we become so much depressed. And it can lead us to a point where it is very fatal. So I need not have to talk much about the depression or this problem of stress and strain, because we are all facing. We need not have to talk about that. But better to talk about how to handle that. And that is the controlling this or managing this stress. As I have said, the stress and strain which we face can be taken as an opportunity to open up our infinite inner strength. We think ourselves that we are only limited by body and mind. This physical anatomy, what if anyone asks me, who are you? I will say my name. At the same time I will say some description of me. 5 feet 4 inch, how many pounds, where is born, and all this description. We are describing everything related to this body, and a little manifestation of the mind in the field of education, in the field of your accomplishment. Those are the descriptions what we normally talk about ourselves. But we are not finished there. There is the problem. When we are thinking that I am the body-mind complex, anything happens to the body, I get affected. Anything happens to my mind, I feel lost, or I feel excited, or I feel down. But this body and mind are not me. I am something more than that. I have a greater identity. I have a greater power behind. What is that? In the Upanishads, in the ancient time, the sages have found out this truth, that who is behind? Your eyes. Who allows your eyes to see? Who is behind your senses? Allowing you to feel that I heard, I saw, I felt. Keno ishitang preshitang patati manaha. In the Keno Upanishad, one of the oldest Upanishad, it mentions that who is behind me? Who is the real me? Is just the me? And really, if we analyze, we'll find, yes, this is me, temporarily, when we are in the waking state. When we go to dream, we don't identify with this body anymore. What is that I? What I saw in the dream. But who saw the dream? These eyes didn't see. This brain is working though, but it is happening somewhere else. To explore into deeper realm of our personality. It is not outside, it is inside. And when it is seen inside, we can find it is also outside. So the question is that, let us find out who am I? And what is the force behind my eyes, behind my perception, behind my every movement that I see, perceive, feel, everything what I experience, suffering or pain or joy or excitement. What is that consciousness behind this body-mind complex? So we see that in the waking state only I am related with this what I am now. But when I go to dream, I am a different person. And then comes another state when you go to deep sleep. Then where is your this identity, this body, its qualities, its problems, its solutions, its angers, its frustrations, its seriousness, everything dissolves when you go to dream. And you live in another realm. You cannot deny that it is not your experience. But who is the person or who is the entity which is allowing that experience to happen? Is not that I said I dreamt. Is it not? So who is that I then? Dream is an object. There is, this analysis can be done. This is the object, I am the subject. My eyes see. The eye is the witness. This object is matter. And now, eyes don't see. If the mind is somewhere else, my eyes will be open, I will not see. So, who is behind the eye? It's the mind. And mind, who sees the mind? We say, oh, today I tried to meditate or sit, but mind was very restless. Who saw that? I saw, that's why I am saying my mind was restless. So what is that? And then when that state comes, when there is no dream or no imagination, no watching your mind, and then you go to sleep, what happens? And that time we really not identify with this body, not identify with the experiences of the dream, but we don't die. We are there. We say, I slept well. I slept so deeply that I don't know anything. Who is that guy talking about who is in the deep sleep state, is wakeful and observing the dream? There cannot be any experience, memory, if we have no previous experience. Unless I experience, I cannot have any memory. So in the deep sleep, when my physical identity is gone, when my identity about my dream world or my mind and its activities are all dropped, and when I am in deep sleep, when I have no consciousness where I am sleeping, what I am, where I am, who am I, all this forgotten, but there is somebody in me who is still observing and saying, I slept well. The sleeping is some activity observed by somebody in me who does not sleep. And that same entity is now working through me. I am seeing you. Here, all these different, the level of that state of deep sleep state, that consciousness percolating, coming into the dream state to the waking state. It is all everywhere that consciousness is percolated. But consciousness is the foundation of our very personality. And that is in the ancient time, the Upanishadic time, the sages have realized that, and they have declared that that is the embodiment of all bliss and joy. And they declared in a beautiful language and called the whole world with that clarion voice, Shrinnantu Vishwe Amritasya Putra Adi Dhamani Divyani Tastu Vedahamitam Purusham Mahantam Adityavarnam Tamasha Parastat. Listen, the inhabitants of this earth and heaven, whoever is there, I have realized that truth, which is beyond Sunnantu Vishya Amrita. You are all children of immortal bliss. Don't think that you are limited by body and mind. You are immortal. You are all bliss. And that truth, that light, I have realized that truth. And that truth is only knowing that truth only we become immortal. Tameva viditva, knowing only that reality. Otimrittumeti, you can cross this suffering of birth and death and these anxieties and worries. You can get out of that. Nanya pantha vidyate ayanaya. There is no other means, no other way to escape death and suffering and pain and agonies and stress and strain, whatever you say. There is no other perpetual solution. It can have momentary solution, but perpetual solution of this problem will be to know who you are. And I have known that truth, you can also know. That is the greatest gift of the ancient sages. They don't say, I have realized it is not for you. That is the greatest gift, that you are divine as I am divine. You are immortal as I am immortal. But we have forgotten that teaching, and we have focused only to the psychophysical personality, and anything happening to these two realms, we are connected and we are getting upset there. So, again, I would like to draw your attention to this drawing, where you see the central round core that is represented as pure self or pure consciousness. This sage is talking that I have known that reality. Don't think it is because it is a small circle, it is limited there. But we are just trying to understand in the physical body how that consciousness is there and it percolates everywhere. That consciousness percolates up to the body outside. But that is the concept, that this pure self which is within us, that is the witness consciousness, that never sleeps. Day comes, night comes, you sleep, you dream, you go to total forgetfulness of anything. That consciousness never leaves. It is today here, it was tomorrow, it was day before yesterday, it was when I was born, it was all through the moments of my life. That consciousness is behind us. You cannot give up consciousness. Rather, you can disidentify yourself with the external, which is the external body, or the nervous system, or connection with the brains, and all your mental activities, but you cannot get out of this consciousness which is the innermost reality of us. And that consciousness is encircled by the another level. Our greatest and powerful tool is I. The concept of I, that is the intelligence, we have put it at the ego. First is pure self, which is the consciousness, eternal blissful state of our reality, and ego is the next one. And when you go to deep sleep, you see what happens? We forget everything. Physical body, we forget our mind, we forget our intellectual ability, everything is forgotten, but you remain in a almost ignorant state about your ego. But when you come out, you say, I, that is the ego. I was happy. Who is not happy in deep sleep? Is there anybody who will say, no, I was not happy when I was in deep sleep? Is there anybody? Raise hand. No one. So we feel extreme joy when we are in deep sleep. What happens? Well, this Vedanta teaches that you are that level when only the inner effulgent self full of joy and bliss, and the ego, the first manifestation coming out of that is the first ego. That's why it is so close to that reality that you feel the warmth of that joy or bliss or consciousness percolated in the ego body. And that ego body is the thing which observes all the activities of the intellect, of your mind, of the activities of the prana, of the physical energy, and to the physical body. Now it is working to this. This is the Vedantic picture. It is just to understand that we are standing in the physical body only. Now I am standing, I am working through physical body, my pranic energy, this vital energy which is working through me, my mind is active now, my intellect is active, my ego is active. And our whole focus is outside, so I see this side. Our problem is we don't see this way. Now it is selfie camera. We take the pictures, we take everything outside. I see through the eyes and through the ears all the experience of outside. But we do not know who is seeing it, who is observing it. Turn it this way. And see, you see, physical, go to your mind, there comes the question of our meditation. Where we drawing from the outside and try to turn it inside. Then you find that you are physically like you are staying in a home for some time. But you are not the house. And so long you live in the house, of course the good and bad thing of the home affects you. If you are living in Hollywood and some places where earthquake zone, your room shakes and you feel the trouble of that. So the body shakes like that. You feel the trouble of it. But you can get out of it. You are somebody who is inside. It is not related, directly dependent on that. So the physical body, now everything is working and our focus is outside. And we have been taught from our childhood that who are you? You are this body-mind complex. As a result, we only know the things what is happening in the mind and this physical body. Of course, intellect and ego are also connected with the mind. In technical term, it is called chitta, a Sanskrit term, which means your mind, your intellect, your ego, and your memory faculty. These are the same mind functioning in different levels. But it is mind. Let us say mind. Physical body and the mind. And it gets the touch of that consciousness behind, that light percolates through that. Indian philosophy teaches us that a little distinction with the Western way of looking at. Western way will be looking that you are sitting here, rays of light are coming on my retina, and it is concentrated, and that image is given to the brain, and then some image is matched with that, and then I recognize this is called this, and the response comes back. But Indian psychology will say that your mind comes out through your eyes and fall on the object and takes a picture of it and goes back. That is coming from within out, and in the Western way we think thing is there and it's coming in. But anyhow, if we believe that it is a realistic thing, I have no time much to dwell about that. But the point is that it is our everyday experience that I live our daytime into the body-mind complex. You live in the dream time, in your mind, in the mental zone, and your mind creates the whole world of people, of food, or car, or any party. Everything is in who creates? Your mind creates your dream. My mind creates my dream. So the mind creates that. But what is the force behind that? What is the consciousness behind? That same consciousness enlightens the experience of the mind, its ramblings. And then you go to deep sleep. When your mind goes to sleep, mind also rests. And then we feel the joy. So meditation means to go to that state where I have perfect control over my mind. It is happening every day. When you go to deep sleep every night, it is happening with us. We forget our stress, is it not? We forget our stress, strain. We forget our anxieties, worries, severe problems. That's why we take sometimes pill. Some medicinal advantage is that it puts the mind to sleep. Simply putting the mind to sleep. Say, all the body experiences we are thinking it is real. Let us take an example. When suppose someone goes to hospital and the doctors need a big heavy surgery, 10 hours surgery may be going through, but they put the mind to sleep, is it not? Mind being put to sleep, the entire surgery goes to the body, but the person does not experience anything. What is this thing? We have to think a little bit that mind was made to sleep. So mind did not connect this information of the pain of the body and the sensory things or carrying the information, but it is not been connected by the mind. Link is mind. If the mind is absent there, whatever happening to the body, it's happening. But mind is unaffected. And mind being unaffected, you do not know. But when it comes to consciousness again, we wake up from that what you call surgery, then we start feeling the pain. Because its mind is getting connected again. So can we do something to master the mind? So that I can take charge of my mind. And I can put the mind here, I can withdraw the mind there. This is possible. That is called the meditation process. Swami, one of our great Swami of the Ramakrishna tradition, his name was Swami Turiyananda. And Swami Turiyananda had some carbuncle in the back and he needed heavy surgery. And you can imagine it was around 1900, that period of time. The surgery and other things were not developed, and that also in India at that time. And so the doctors wanted to operate upon, and they said, we shall put you to anesthesia. Then he said, I don't need it. You tell me when you want to do and how long it will take, that's okay. He said, well, let us try. So the doctors started this operation and it went on well. And then after the operation is over, he asked, is it done? Okay, it's done. Entire operation was on the carbuncle on the back. A person without taking any medicine did that. And doctors thought that yogis can do some miracles. It may be some miracle. It is no miracle, it is a science. Science is that mind can be connected, mind can be disconnected. And then another day the doctors came just to see how the operation. Probably they wanted to cut the stitches. And as we were not telling anything, they thought that we did that big surgery. What is the big thing? So they started with a knife to cut the stitch or something. And he cried out jump out like a child. Then the doctor said, what's the matter? The other day, we did such a big surgery and you have no reaction, and what is happening? Then the Swami says, that day, you gave me time to withdraw my mind. And I withdrew my mind and put it in God. And now, you didn't give me the chance. My mind was connected with the body. So all the things which is happening in the body, I get affected with them. So this is a science that I am saying. Meditation is a science. How we can stand in our own dignity, in our own effulgent self, where there is no pain, there is no suffering. Going through this stress, how we can withdraw our mind from there and handle the situation more powerfully. Swami Vivekananda said that each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest this divinity within by controlling nature, external and internal. So here is the control of the nature. We have two nature, external nature, internal nature. What is the internal nature? We all live in our mental state, mind. Can we have a mastery over our mind? Then if the mastery goes, then whenever you want, it is like a bottle of glass of water, you can put it here, you can put it there. You can put the mind here, you can be like, you put it here. So this is the long practice is necessary to train ourselves to put the mind wherever we want. And that can be a practice, regular practice. And many things are happening in the meditation process. As I said, our attention has been focused outside, but it can be put inside also. But it is not God, the divine, the power is inside. And if we get connected with the inner power, then you become powerful. If this connection, this is connected with the power line, that's why it is giving the sound. These bulbs are connected with the power line, that's why it is giving the light. It's a heater, cooler, they're working because the connection is there. If there is disconnection, then it becomes a dead body. It cannot function. So similarly, we become weak, we become vulnerable to the circumstances of life, because sometimes the burden is too much. When we think, I am the body-mind complex limited personality, only I am finished with this. But when you know, no, this is only a limited, a glimpse of my eternal personality which is infinite. I have no birth, that eternal truth is in me, I am that. And that truth is the highest truth. But let us come to our day-to-day life. When we are stressed out with our problem, two things happen. First of all, we give value to the thing which is very serious. I do not know, in everyone's life there is problem, but in student life there is problem, in teacher's life there is problem, faculty or many faculty members, you all understand, there are problems. In household life there is problem, in job situation there is problem, where is no problem? But this human life is to conquer, is to be free. Even being in the problem, you are not affected by the problem. That is the call of human life. So we must have to learn this art to manage this stress which bothers us so much. Try to think that I am something more than the body, physical body. I am greater than this limited mind. Mind gets happy when what I wish and I get it, isn't it? I am happy when I am happy. When I wished something and I got it. If I don't get it, I become little unhappy. Unhappy, and I am striving to reach certain thing, and again I am striving. But every time I am failing and failing and failing, it puts the mind into a depressed mood. But not you. You are not the mind. No one says I mind, isn't it? It's a very colloquial statement. My mind. No one says I intellect. It's my intellect, my understanding. So we are always using, even in our vocabulary, I am somebody and mind is something, and it is my mind, it's my watch, it's my shirt. So it's my body, it's a body, my body. So I am the owner, but we have forgotten, we have made it I body. So anything happening to the body and I am getting affected. My mind, I forgot I mind. And anything happening in the mind, I feel that I am excited or I am depressed. But it is not so. We have to see that I am the observer. That's why mindfulness, meditation, there are so many types of things goes on in our day-to-day life, so that we can separate out this thing that I am the owner of the mind, I am the boss of the mind. I identify sometimes, yes, I live in this room, as I have said, and when something happens good, I enjoy the house. This body gives us enjoyment, and this mind also gives us fun and joy, and also this mind also under certain circumstances brings us to a very negative direction. So this is the happening in the body and mind. Both are considered as matter, but it becomes animated because of the consciousness, touch of the consciousness behind. So the greatest solution is that spiritual solution, spiritualizing our life, that we have eternal life, we are the children of bliss, we are divine, each soul potentially divine, we are the same. Difference between one person and another is not in the quantity of the consciousness or blissfulness. It is equal everywhere. But it is the question of manifestation. How much the cloud has covered the sun which is within. The sun is all the time bright and brilliant, and it is radiating love and joy and peace and happiness. But the mind becomes cluttered, and that same light comes out, and the reaction is the darkness. As we see the material sun in the sky, when cloud comes and covers the sun, we don't see the sun. And really it creates little reaction in our mind. But suppose when the cloud goes away, you say, wow, what a bright day today. What a brilliant day. I enjoy the day. So here also, the same thing is here. The eternal consciousness, the eternal blissfulness, the eternal reality that is me in me all the time, 24 hours, 365 days, all through our life. That consciousness never sleeps. That's why there is a beautiful quotation, Sanskrit text which teaches that the consciousness never rises, never sets. The consciousness never goes, never comes. That same consciousness which is bliss itself, it never goes, never comes. But cloud comes in between, and it covers our attention. And our focus being outside, we never look at what is inside. So let us try to solve this problem of our anxieties, which is nothing but all the emphasis given to the physical body and that mind which is also physical. So how to do that? There are many methodologies. I think meditation is one of them. But what is meditation? Meditation, there are different definitions. Meditation is that which to focus on one thing. Mind is distracted in so many things, and mind gives so much value to everything. But we can teach our mind, it is not that valuable. Something happens, okay, I will have to face. See, how we live in the past or in the future. We never live in the present moment. At this moment there is a crisis. If the crisis comes, are you not to handle that? Suppose I am driving, and in that driving suddenly one accident happens. And critical condition. We have to face that. But should we stop our driving because of that? Oh, there may be some accident, so I should not drive my car and I'll be sitting in my room all the time. Here is the question. The driving is to be done. Care is to be taken. But at the same time, not to be worried what is coming in future. We will have to make a correct analysis and be guarded from difficulties if we can. But when the problem comes, we'll have to be bold to face that challenge. It's not for the weak. Life is not for the weak people. Spirituality is not for the weak people. To anything you want, you need strength and power. And that power is within. Only the odd situations help us to open up to the situation, up to the context. We rise in that situation. And that time we need some help. Outside help, if it comes, that's good. But we can help ourselves by watching the phenomena. That whatever is coming, it is a temporary. It comes, it stays for some time, it goes away. There is nothing in life permanent. All the problems which we got, say 5 years before, is it there today? It is gone. It came. It troubled us. As much intensely we took that as seriously, and after that botheration, it has left. But if one is very intellectually convinced about this truth, that this is a passing phenomenon. It's coming and going. It will happen. The world will go on in this way. And I will have to drive my life through this into the life of eternity, life of peace and life of joy. So how I shall do that? I'll have to make some concrete decisions. There will have to be one thing, I think, that when we are very much confronted with some problem, and at that moment we should take a little break. Don't try to meditate that time. You will meditate on the problems more and more to put your mind to depression. And it will be, that's why better walk, go for a walk, do something, do some work outside, sit sometimes, have a deep breath in and out. And because the mind is connected with our breathing and everything, so it's a breath. That's why in our yoga system it has been mentioned that is pranayama is one of the things. But pranayama, I don't suggest that you do complicated pranayama, but simple pranayama is good. Anyone can do under any circumstances. When some stressful situation comes, just breathe in deeply. Deep in and deep out. Do it 10-15 times. You see the mind, the mind which was totally disturbed, it gets really little by little cool down, cool down, cool down. And observing the situation, there is a story that one monk was climbing the mountain and he was getting tired to climb up and feeling so much weak not to move any further. He was feeling, I cannot move any further. As if life stops there. So Swami Vivekananda was there and he said, look back how much you have traveled. How many obstacles you have covered them. And you have reached this flight and this much you can do that. So we should be in a positive attitude in our life is very important. Not to be frustrated because of some difficult obstructing situation has come in front of us, but we should keep that positive attitude. And we have to believe that in me, this is fundamental, in me is that infinite power. You call it God, you call it energy, you call it consciousness, there is some bigger power in me. And let me get connected in that strength and power, inner power, and that will help me to transcend this position easily. Not that it will be, sometimes it is difficult, but that difficulty can be conquered with strength and power. Not by weakness, not by crying and weeping. And if I go on crying and weeping, my mind becomes weaker and weaker and weaker. And it comes a point when I become a victim of the treatment. Psychological problem becomes deeper. So the problem to get out of it is to focus on something higher. Taking breath, breathing exercise, doing some nature, go to the nature, watch and try to think. I am depressed. I am thinking the whole world. The world is inhabited by so many billions of people. How many people have greater problem than me? I am thinking my problem is all. Particularly the students here may be very much stressed out because of the examination and how to get a greater grade, and that expectation from their parents, peer pressure, everything is there. But we can do our best only and not cry and weep. And we have to see how many students like me in the world, they are competing. They are getting not good grade, maybe, after even striving their best. So, should I cry or should I make a better effort? So here is the question. Rise above your own weaknesses by being positive and focusing on the positive thing. So the practice should be there that I should have to concentrate more. There is one Swami of ours who used to say, sometimes you are having very little time and you have to finish so many things. What happens? During that time, we do more mistakes, which when hurriedness comes, suppose you want to go to the airport and you are having a little time and you have to do so many things to finish, and that time everything takes longer time. You do one thing and do mistake and they have to redo that. That Swami used to say, in that crisis, then you think that you have, as if you have nothing to do. If 3 minutes time, enough. As if it is eternity. I have enough time. And focus. What you have to do, make 1, 2, 3 points and think, this is my only one, point 1. And focus and complete that one. Don't stress out. If you stress out, it is disturbing everything and it is messing up, and you'll forget so many things, and the result will be frustration afterwards. So the point is that we should be proactive. This stress management should be proactive. Use your all energy, mind, intellect, ego, all understanding, all possible ways of success. Try all this, but at the same time think that whatever you have tried, your best. And now what happens? Accept. That is a big problem. In the Bhagavad Gita, which is the ancient wisdom of Indian spiritual tradition, then it says, for success there are 5 points. You need adhisthanam, one body. You need some physical body. That's why your body should be strong. For anything we want to accomplish, exercise is necessary. Yoga, what we call yoga, that is very much necessary for physical body's maintenance and nurturing. Adhisthanam. Tathakarta. There should be somebody in this body say, I will do it. That strong, determined ego, of good ego. That is the second point. Adhisthanam tathakarta. Karanam cha prithak vidam. You use your all the sense organs, your intellect, mind, ego, and your hand, your eyes, all the sense organs. Focus and put your whole energy to make it successful. Adhisthanam, the body, tathakarta, the ego, karana, different instrumentalities, mind, intellect, ego, your eyes, ears, hand, feet, and vividhascha prithak chesta. You try to make it successful in vividha, a diverse way. You try this way, if it fails, try the other way, and that fails, try another way. But you should not lose your confidence in yourself. And after doing all these things, when you are done, then it give it to the higher power. Let thy will be done. I have done my part. This I have exhausted. I have exhausted my physical body's strength, my pranic energy, my mind, my intellect, my ego, everything I have utilized to make it a success. But after that, I should be free from all my tension should go away. Why I shall carry the tension? Here we miss to give it or accept whatever happens after that. I accept whatever happens after that. Finish. Say what we can do more than this world of action. We have exhausted, when we are exhausted, all our energy, and then we keep our tension. Does it solve the problem? I will suggest, yes, please go on with the tension and anxieties and go to sleepless night one after another, second day, third day, fourth day. Will it solve the problem or not? If it does not, why are you going for that? Why not sing and dance afterwards? So this is the point, that it needs to look back a little bit. Do your thing, look back. And meditation will help. How? To practice every day, to separate out. Meditation means to focus in us, the divine which is within. You call it God, you call it Ramakrishna, you call it Buddha, Shankara, you call it Brahman, Atman, Allah, whatever, matters little. You feel that there is some bigger energy. What we started with the question of consciousness. But better to, scientific term is better to say the consciousness, because in the universities we are studying the consciousness study. That has become a very popular subject. What is the consciousness behind my eyes, ears, etc.? So search for that and feel that there is some awareness in consciousness in me. Think that that is a light and just try to focus there. And you see what happens, as much as you can focus there, you see the serenity comes in your body. Your identity is withdrawn from the body. Your identity is withdrawn from your energy, external energy, pranic strength, and then it comes withdrawn from the mind, and mind is thinking of the light within, the divine within, the source of all power and energy within. What happens as you withdraw like that? You see, your body becomes free from tension. Your mind is getting free from that tense mood, because you are connecting that with the higher power. And then if you can touch that power, then you say, why I am so worried about this thing which will not stay with me forever. It is only momentarily it has come, it will go away. So this is in a short, we have just rambled around and talking about stress management and control and meditation. But meditation is a tool which we can utilize in every day in your own way. You can look at the sunrise and forget yourself and see the beauty. Whose beauty? What a beauty. These so many things are going on. When we focus, forgetting everything, only my problem, then I am in trouble. Why not extend your mind to a bigger horizon? I am not in trouble. The whole world is in trouble in their own way. Everyone has one point of trouble. One is in maybe it's a student's problem, another maybe in the teacher's problem, another maybe in the job problem. So problem is life, but I should be not limited with that, and I can transcend that by separating myself, identifying myself not with this side but with the inside in us. So now I'll be glad to have some questions, anything.
So I have this clarification question for when you were talking about the joy that you get from when you come out of deep sleep. From my personal experience, I basically don't remember anything. So I was wondering that is it the case that concepts like joy and sadness are concepts that are encapsulated by the mind, and the joy we get when we come out of deep sleep, is that because of the mind suddenly being conscious of the fact that, hey, I was in this state where I was devoid of any feeling, devoid of feeling joy or sadness. So is that what you were referring to there?
Because it is all, it is the experience of the sages, and all of us feel, right from an animal, ant, plant, everywhere. When one goes to sleep, they experience joy. You see, when we come out of our sleep, our face becomes little peaceful, isn't that? Seeing that peaceful condition, we can have a back calculation. Where the peace comes from, where the joy comes from, what is the source? I am eating some food, I know that because of this food I am getting joy, if I can understand that. But here, there is no external thing, no dream world of any joy or fun, and there I also totally am unconscious of me also. But being there, I come out and I feel so much happy. Not only I feel, it is universal experience of everyone. No one can deny that. Now the question, where the joy comes from, and our incentive position